Gunman Insta Live. Welcome to the live tonight. Instagram and YouTube is going to be going off. No safety catch, no silencer. We're going to light up social media. We're going to be putting in the banana clip and spraying that shit in the figure of 8. It's going to be a badass live tonight. We have got on the former WBO welterweight king, Chris 2Slick Kongo. If you do not know this brother, you have not been watching the game. He's an exciting, tall, rangy fighter. Really exciting fighter. But most of all, a really good guy to go with it. So let me just get him logged in, and we will get this live popping. Yeah, Chris 2Slick Kongo it is tonight, guys. I'm just going to add him up, and then we will start the live. Please fire in your questions, okay? Get the questions in to the chat. Let's add him up once we join him in, and then everyone can start firing their questions in. Just request to join, Chris, and let's get you in, my brother. Let me just get him in now. Should be a moment. See if I can add him here. If I can get this live and connected. Fire your questions in, my people, okay? It's really important that it's just not my questions. It's really important you ask this brother some good questions. He's a really good fighter. It's saying he's unable to join at the moment. Just check your Wi-Fi is good, Chris. Just check your signal is good. Otherwise, it won't allow you to, my G. Just bang him in one more time. 1 second. Bear with us, people. Just 1 second. We're just adding him up. Here he comes. One second, guys. Just adding him in. They come in a moment. Yeah, 1 second. Just adding in Chris Kongo now. Bear with me, my G's. Okay. Yeah, it's not accepting him in at the minute. Just bear with me, guys. Just 1 sec. We're going to keep going. Just try and add him up. 1 sec, guys. Okay, I might restart the live if I can't get him on. One second, my people. We're just adding up Chris Kongo. We're going to get him in, and then everyone will flood in once we get him locked on. Yeah, it's not seeming to add him in. Okay, I'm going to restart the live. Oh, here we go. Hey!
I'm here.
There, mate, I thought you'd been TKO'd by the Wi-Fi.
No, bro, the Wi-Fi is good around that, so I'm blessed.
Yeah, bless up, my G. Well, people will start coming in now because obviously no one wants to just watch me. No one wants to watch me faffing around with the buttons. Listen, thank you very much for coming on. Welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. This is a platform where we interview fighters of all levels. But it's an absolute pleasure to have you on, Mr. Kongo. I've been wanting to get you on this platform for a long time. For those that do not know this guy, you need to get to know this guy. He is an iconic South London pugilist, a long, tall, rangy technician who jabs his opponents up like a COVID jab. He's a former WBO welterweight king, 17 wins, only 2 defeats. This is Chris 2Slick Kongo.
Yes, my man. How you doing?
Mate, I'm buzzing to have you on. First question has to be, where did 2Slick come from?
Everyone asks me this. I've explained it a few times now, and I think it was London versus the Army, right?
Yeah.
So we're boxing, and this guy, like, he's not hitting me. Like, he's finding it so hard. I beat him on points anyway, and the crowd was actually screaming 2Slick. It was a dinner show, right?
Yeah.
And when I got out the ring, they were saying, "Oh, you was 2Slick for this guy, this and that," and then the name just stuck from there.
Yeah. So you didn't make it up yourself, because I would have made that up myself.
Funny enough, I didn't.
I would have just made that up myself. You know, and that's one of them ones. Now that's a quality name, and it suits your style. Listen, I have to go on to your amateur career, because a lot of people don't really know too much about your amateur career. But former Team GB, right? Went to Olympics.
Yeah. I mean, I missed out on the Olympics, but I went to a lot of tournaments that, you know, like all the top fighters were. So
yeah,
I considered being on Team GB. I considered myself one of the best fighters in the world at the time. So.
You fought Josh Kelly in the Olympics. Was that on your Olympic qualifier?
No, I fought him in the ABA finals.
Oh, ABA, yeah. How did and you lost that fight, didn't you?
Yeah. Very good fight, close fight. But obviously, it was in his hometown.
Yeah.
He was favored. You know what I mean?
One of them ones.
It is what it is.
One of them ones. Who's the best fighter you've been in with? Pro or amateur?
Fighting or pro or amateur, or are we talking sparring?
We're going to do the sparring one after, but yeah, pro. Who's the best fighter you've been in with so far?
Probably the most difficult challenge has probably been I would say Echo Essiman. You know, obviously they call him the engine. He come out strong.
Yeah.
And come out strong the last half of the fight. I would say if I had won 12 round of fight before them, it would have been a different result.
Yeah.
So that was my first 12 rounder. And previously he had done like 6 or something. So
yeah.
And when you're talking about at the press conference, he didn't say anything that he's better than me or anything. He just said, "I beat Chris because of my experience." That's what it was, you know. So yeah, I would have to put him up there for sure.
Yeah, and he's gone on and doing good things. Who's your hardest sparring partner, would you say, Chris? I've seen you in some absolute wars down at McGuell's with people like Freezy McBones back in the day. That's how long I've been following you.
Punch, you know. Remember, I sparred him. He was like a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
That's a welterweight.
Yeah.
He was a big guy. But I've sparred a lot of guys, man. In my amateur career, pro career. I sparred the best of the best. You know, we're talking about guy on GB sparring, Hugh Campbell and stuff. But you're talking about Olympic gold medalists.
Yeah.
James DeGale sparred him, obviously undisputed champ Josh Taylor. He's now moving up to welterweight. Done loads of rounds with him. I've done loads of rounds with Milton. Yeah. Who stands out the most? Who gave you the most problems? Who stands out the most? Good question. Probably Pat McCormack in my camp. Yeah. We're in the same gym. Very, very high skilled. Very high level, you know. And he's a class act. Yeah, he's a class act, and he's fighting very soon, actually. Fighting Saturday. Yeah, he's fighting fighting Saturday. That's it. Yeah, he's fighting Saturday. How do you think he'll get on fair in the pros? I think he'll do very well. He can go on to be one of the best fighters to ever come out of the UK. You know, I think he's a class act.
Talking of class acts, I love your style. I'm not just saying it because you're on here, but I love it. And it's what you would teach youngsters. You've got your right hand clamped to your face, barely ever moves. You know, it's almost like you stick super glue on your glove. You know what I mean? Like, how many times you see people jabbing and, you know, they're coming away and leaving themselves exposed. You're just disciplined with it. Drilled, clamped your face. You're long, you're rangy, you're sharp shooting with your jab. You know, you're up and down with it. You're peppering these brothers like they're sirloin steaks. You know what I mean? You're marinating them, and then you find the right hand. You find a home like it's on right move, like your right move. You find a home for that right hand. It's a lovely style. But the thing is, it's quite simple, isn't it? It's quite a simple amateur style. But you're winning fights with jabs, 1-2s, and the straight basic shots.
Yeah, of course.
Fair to say?
That's what boxing's about. Some of the best fighters in the world, they just stick to the basics, right? And they get the job done. They win. That's the main thing. And basics is very key in boxing.
Yeah, you hear it so many times. Just do the basics world class, and you'll be fine. And you can win fights just off jabs, and a jab and a good jab can win you a fight. Full stop. Is that style that was always your amateur style, and you've just translated it into the pro ranks?
Yeah, I mean, I've been taught feet first, right? Defense first. Use your feet to get in and get out. That's how I was taught. So I just kept doing and kept listening to what the coaches were saying and just implement everything. When I get in the ring, you turn into like an AI robot. Whatever the coach says, you do. So it's as simple as that.
Absolutely love it. I've got a couple of fan questions for you quickly. Will you fight Dixon Myers?
I don't know who that is.
Nor do I.
There you go.
So that one's a no. Who are you looking to fight this year? This is from Jade Angela.
Well, it all depends, you know. We want to see, obviously, we got a route, me and my manager got a route that we want to go down. So it'll all be revealed soon. But for now, we're just, you know, keeping it all under wraps and just working behind the scenes.
Yeah. Listen, I think a lot of people love the Marku fight, and we're going to have to come on to that. But I'm just going to talk about your size for a welterweight. I mean, it looks like David and Goliath half the time with your fighting opponents. You're so big for the weight. Do you make the weight comfortably, or is going up on the agenda?
Well, the start of last year, right, I said that I was going to move up, and then the fight happened.
Yeah.
So I thought, I don't know if I can still make the weight, but let me bring in someone that's a professional. So I brought in Paul O'Neill, who's a nutritionist.
Yeah.
And he's a nutritionist for people like Moses Atalma, Hamza Shiraz, and that was my main focus. Because if you could get Hamza Shiraz from being a super welter to becoming a middleweight, I wanted to know the transition, because we sort of got the same sort of stature styles.
Yeah. And
kind of, he's a slim, tall guy. I'm also slim and tall. So then I brought in Paul, and it was the easiest time I ever made the weight when I had a nutritionist. So I can't complain. And from then I always said I'll make, like, making welterweight won't be a problem.
Yeah, like honestly, you look massive at the weight, you know, and you're rangy and your style. It's going to make you really difficult to beat. Let's get on to the Marku fight. Everyone's like, I've seen a few messages flying in, like, glad you humbled him and all these kind of things. Let's get on to that. Was that a career best performance from you?
I would like to think so. I know I could have done better than that.
Really?
And I'm only saying that because if I had a bit more activity, I would have got him out of there. No doubt about it, my man. That was like, people think, like, I'll be straight with you. That was my easiest fight.
You made it look easy.
I made it look easy, and it felt easy. And like, I did. There was no issues. There was nothing that he brought that I was worried about.
When a fighter gets into your grill in the build up, you know, a fighter gets into your grill, tries to get underneath your skin, you know, giving it all large. Do you find that uncomfortable, or is it water for ducks?
Yeah, I would be more afraid if a person kept their mouth closed, because I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what he's gonna do. I'll be more afraid of that. But he kept talking all this big, and I said, no, this is nothing. Yeah, this is all empty barrels. This is. So I knew what I got, right, and I knew skills pays the bills. And from time he said, I'm gonna knock you out from this route, that route, you're gonna get scared, this, that. I only said one thing to him. I said, you ain't gonna do nothing. It's all about skills. And that's what I said, and that's what I showed in the fight. You know?
Did you know the fight was going to be that easy for you?
No.
Deep down, were you expecting it to be harder?
Yeah, what was so funny is that in the gym, my coach actually said to me, this might be easier than what you think. And I thought, oh, I'm not going to buy into that. I'm just going to put Marku on a higher pedestal than anybody else. And that's what I always do. I always put my opponents on the highest pedestal ever. So when the time comes, and let's say they are good, then cool. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, when because I put him on such a high pedestal, when it come down to it, I was like, man, this is easy, man.
Mate, you made it look easy. Was there genuine beef? It looked like there was more beef than a lamb tikka masala. Like literally, it would look like you guys really hated each other. Was that genuine, or was it a little bit of showmanship and let's build the fight up and let's take two to tango?
I think it was more of just building a fight up. Man.
Yeah,
you know?
you'd go for a curry with him, would you?
Yeah, I don't care, like, you know what I mean. But right now, I know he's not in the best of positions. I think we've all heard the news about him. So I just wish him all the best, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think there'll ever be a rematch?
I don't see a point. Why would there be a rematch? Would you like to see a rematch?
Me personally, no. I think when you conclusively beat someone, I don't think there's need to. But for example,
I always say in boxing, right, when a fight is close, can go either way, or they think that this person won, but a lot of people are saying this person won, there should always be a rematch. When a person gets knocked out first round or gets knocked out in round 12 and he was losing a fight, he got knocked out, or it was a one-sided fight, there should never be a rematch. There's no point.
I know, I agree with you 100%. But this is exactly why I interviewed with Rob McCracken the other day, and I was like Dubois comprehensively smashed AJ. He knocked him down every round. If you take the names out, he knocked him down every round for 5 rounds or whatever, and then knocked him out brutally. And there's talk of a rematch. Like, it's crazy, isn't it? So I know what you're saying. I agree with you. Like, if you win comprehensively, there should be no rematch. But sometimes people want to see it, like, just because the build-up for your fight was entertaining. It really captured the imagination.
I think that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Because the build-up was so entertaining.
Yeah.
People just want to see that.
We want to see that again, yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to see that build up again.
Yeah, 100%. It was really entertaining. Listen, I tell you what, a fight of yours I liked was a Luther Clay fight. Is that a fight of yours that's one of your favourites?
Definitely. It was my first title as a professional.
Big performance.
Yeah, if I wanted to go get somewhere in this sport, I had to beat it, even if I was out 16 months in the ring, out of the ring for 16 months. So my career has been crazy because a lot of it has been played with activity.
Why is that? Injuries or
that position again?
Why have you been inactive?
I would say management issues. I would also say there was a time where, it was hard to get fights. I was a big risk, low reward. So I've never had that promoter that really, really championed me. I wanted to, and I've never had a promoter that said, yeah, this guy here is the next one, and really pushed me out. There hasn't been one yet. But I know that there will be one soon. You know, there will be one soon. We just have to wait and see.
So when you say management issues, is that promoter issues or actual management issues?
No, just actual management issues. Like it's been so hard for me. You know, I've had great managers that couldn't get me to the stage that, you know, I always wanted to be at the time. And I've also had other managers where it's either their way or no way, and they don't see it any other way. I had to, you know, follow their lead, and really it was my career. So how do you expect me to follow your lead in my career? You need to follow my lead. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always been like, you know, but now obviously everything's I'm on the right stage, I'm at the right place, you know, and it's all gonna go well for me in the next 12 to 18 months.
Yeah, well, I hope so, because I think, do you know what? Someone asked me, one of my, I was asked the other day, like, underrated fighters, and I've got you in there. I think you don't get your recognition, like, mainly like you've just admitted that you're not getting the fights because you're seen as low risk, high risk and low reward. Like, because I think you can mix it with any of the guys in and around your weight, and you've got a deadly division. In fairness, it's a deadly division, isn't it? You know, so
it's definitely one of the hardest divisions out there. You know, definitely hard. Some real top talent in there.
Yeah, I do have a bone to pick with you though, because you absolutely ruined my accumulator when you lost to McKinson. We've got to talk about that. I think I lost 100 cheats on that one. Oh,
that fight as well was purely for me based off experience.
Yeah, what happened there? Like, genuinely, what happened? It just couldn't get going.
Yeah, it was more of we was just trying to play off what he was doing, so it played into his hands. You know, we just I went about it the wrong way. I never blamed anybody else. So nothing to do with my coaches or my training or anything. That was purely based off me, you know. So I don't blame no one else.
Have you got big regrets about that fight, Chris?
No, I don't. And it's crazy. I think it was better for that to happen, you know. And they say it's a loss, but it was a lesson for me. It was a lesson to sometimes go with your instincts and just go with your gut. And at the time, I was thinking, should I press him? Should I not? Nah, I'm gonna stay here. You know, I'm gonna stay back. And there was loads of moments in that fight where I could see things happening, right? I could see, you know, like when I watched it back, there was a lot of things that played into his hands, which should have been the other way around. So it is what it is.
Yeah, no one's fought you. I didn't think you'd lose that fight. I really didn't. I think you was a heavy favourite, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And it was a shock to see you get knocked down and to lose. And the scorecards, you know, a couple of judges had it close.
This is the thing with that fight, right? I remember because it was lockdown, right? My brother couldn't come, and my brother said to me, "Yo, listen, watch his feet because he always does." He kind of like trips people over, but then throws a punch at the same time.
Yeah.
And he said, I promise you now, my brother said to me, yo, watch this guy. Make sure you tell the ref because he does that all the time.
Yeah, puts his foot behind you. Yeah.
He's very crafty. So when that happened, straight away I thought of my brother. I wasn't hurt at all.
No.
And I'll tell you another reason why. Because if I was hurt, he would have pressed me at that time. But he stood back. You know, he knew not to press me because I wasn't hurt at all. It was more of a trip. It's more of that clash of Southpaw Orthodox.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. The foot clash. Yeah, I was gutted to see you lose. That fight. And I just didn't see that happen. I didn't see that coming. And I think I had you in an accumulator as well, which even really ruined my evening. But yeah, I mean, that's got to be one that must be an itch. You want to get that one back?
I'm not too fussed about that, to be honest. I'll be real.
Yeah.
Like really, if it was a fight again, the numbers won't be great. Like they offered me to fight him again before they offered him the IBO world title fight, and the money was like, bro, like the money wasn't good enough. The offer wasn't good enough. So what was the point?
Yeah, annoying. So plans for the future. I know you hinted on them. I want to see you out in Saudi with myself. I want to get out to Saudi soon, and I want to see you out there.
I've been out there already.
Oh yes.
I'm sure this year I will be out there again.
Yeah,
one of the main cards.
Yeah, because you was on the prelims, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was announced really late, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
it was almost announced like on. I seem to remember it like being like a week or something of the fight.
It was announced like a day before.
Yeah,
they always do that, but I don't think we'll be seeing much more of them. I think they might do one or two here and there, but yeah, I think now it's about time, and I know 100% I'm gonna get on one of the main cards this year.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic to see. Yeah, I want to start getting out there and more and doing journalism out there as well. But yeah, you absolutely battered that guy up. Like literally, you just, put him, like just tapped him away for the whole, he was in and out like an armed robbery, won every round, did you? In that fight. Yeah. Was that more of a tune-up fight? I mean, obviously he had a losing record, and it was just more of a tick-over fight, but out in those surroundings with a nice pay.
Yeah, I was supposed to have a harder fight.
Right.
So I was gonna fight someone else who had like a record of 15-1. So he only lost one, right? And that's perfect. And then like a week, the week of the fight, so before I was gonna fly out, like 2 days before I was gonna fly out to Saudi, I got a call saying, he's pulled out. And I'm like, oh my God, so now the fight's I'm not gonna fight, whatnot. And they were like, no, still come, we'll find you an opponent. And I got that opponent just before I left, just like a day before I left to go Saudi. That's when I found out I was fighting.
But listen, the experience is great. I mean, you were just levels above that guy, but the experience was fantastic. Final few questions. So listen, give us a hit list, Chris. Money, no issue. Who would you like to fight? What's your top 3 fights?
All the world champions.
All the world champs?
I'll get all of them.
Anyone domestically?
Domestically, probably run back the Echo fight, because that's the fight that was supposed to happen before he got the Taylor call.
Yeah.
Right? Domestically, probably him, Conor Walker, 5v5 in Saudi. We can make that happen. Samuel Jones knows better anyway.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. I'm hearing rumors of another 5v5. I don't know what you know.
It's going to happen.
Very soon, I believe. I'm hearing from my media connections. Listen, a little bit of fun before I let you go, and I absolutely love you coming on, and I've been wanting to speak with you for a while. Give us your thoughts on these fights, okay, that are coming up, and you're not allowed to sit on the fence. You're not allowed to sit on the fence like Rod Seal paint protector. You have to jump off, okay? Yeah. All right then. Taylor versus Echo.
I've said it before to someone previously. When the fight got made, they called me and said, what do you think of the fight? And when I look at Echo, come forward fighter, pressure fighter, and that plays into Josh's hands. Josh has always done well against fighters who come forward.
Yeah.
A ring check, Jose Ramirez.
Yeah.
He's always done well against pressure fighters. Josh don't do so well against counter punches. He had a close fight with Regis Prograis. He had 2 fights against a Jack Catterall. They counter punches.
Yeah, Tio.
Right? Teofimo Lopez, his first loss. Counter puncher, very good. Josh is not made to fight counter punches. He's made for come forward fighters, and I got Josh on with that.
So you think Josh will win? Did you just say?
Yeah, I think Josh will win, and he's stepping up to my weight class, so I'll be looking at that fight very closely.
It's an interesting fight. Is he? I'm going to just veer off here but is he washed though? Is he, Taylor? You know, should he be sponsored by Fairy Liquid because he's washed up? Do you know what I mean? Like, is his best days behind him?
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Am I being harsh?
We got this fight. You know, I really like Josh. I've been in camps of him for like 5 years and on a spin. You know, ever since he beat O'Hara Davis. After that, I was in every single camp leading up to him being undisputed. So
you still think there's good boxing days coming from him? He's not past his sell-by day yet.
I mean, we can only wait and see. You know, when he fights Echo, we can only wait and see. You know, so
exceptional fighter.
Good to see. Yeah. It's a good fight. It's a really good fight.
Really good fight. Bivol versus Beterbiev.
Oof, good one as well. I'm going Bivol.
Why?
I'm going Bivol.
Why and how?
Great boxer. Yeah, very, very intelligent. And I just think he's the better boxer. He's the smarter man. You know, I think his punch output will be a lot more this fight. You know, I think that's what kind of done him in the last fight, just his punch output. But he was boxing well and beaten Beterbiev.
Did he? Do you think he won the first fight, Bivol, or do you think it was a fair result?
It was close. It could have gone either way, but I would have given it to Bivol.
Yeah, I gave it to Bivol by 2. I was completely wrong, but you know, I thought he won it. I thought he did enough. I fancy Bivol this time. Ben versus Eubank.
Ben versus Eubank. I'm going Eubank just because of the size.
Yeah.
You know, just because a man is not going to struggle to make the weight doesn't mean that he can beat a man that's 2 weight classes above him. Right? Conor Ben very small for middleweight. Chris Eubank is a middleweight. And yeah, I just think they both got good punch output, you know, and I don't see Conor Ben being able to move Chris like how he moves different welterweights. I can't see it. And his last 2 fights, obviously he had brilliant knockouts against Van Herden. He had a brilliant knockout against
Algieri, was it?
Algieri, you know. And then now, obviously, he got caught with the little situation that he had. He said he's innocent, and obviously he's come back now, and it's like the power that he had is gone.
Do you know what? I found? You know, the other day I actually found out, because you mentioned he's going up 2 weight classes, but I had Chris Eubank Jr.'s manager on here the other day, and he reminded me, which is really interesting, that actually his last 2 fights have been at 154. So really, he's only coming up 1 weight class. His last 2 fights have been at 154, and he hasn't been at 147 for 3 years before he got banned. And I think 3 years ago. So there is this myth that he's coming up 2 weights, and I've actually looked into that, and I was like, oh yeah, that's actually quite true. His last 2 fights have been 1 weight below. So why is there this rehydration clause? I'm with you. Do you know what? So far we're going with exactly the same results. I'm going Eubank because he's too big as well. I'm also going Bivol as well. I'm also going Taylor as well. So I'm going with you. White versus Joyce.
That's a good fight, you know.
That's a good ruck, isn't it?
Really good. I can see it going 2 ways, right? I can see Dylan knocking Joe Joyce out, or I can also see Joe Joyce steamrolling Dylan, just with his work rate and his punch output.
Yeah.
For a heavyweight.
So what are you going, draw?
No, I ain't going draw. I think for me, if Dylan gets his feet right and he's able to, you know, move how he done with Derek Chisora too. I think Dylan knocks him out.
I'm going Dylan as well.
Yeah.
I just think Joyce is too easy to hit.
Way too easy to hit.
Way too easy to hit. And in my opinion, White's a hit man. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't want to be standing and taking his shots.
Definitely.
So I'm going White as well. Okay, last couple, mate, and then I'll let you go. A Coley versus Reactpour. Put you on the spot.
Listen, I like both guys. I like Coley. I like his confidence. I like how he says it, how it is. Yeah. I love Richard. He's my guy. We've been in the amateurs together. We turned pro. We had our debuts on the same day. So I'm Team Reactpour all day.
Yeah, but is that with your heart rather than your head?
Yeah, but also as well, I'm going with, they're both power punchers. And I know Richard is the harder puncher. I know that.
Really? You'd say that? I mean, you got to remember, Coley was 3 stone heavier in his last fight. His first fight at heavyweight. 3 stone heavier. I don't even put that kind of weight on over Christmas. You know what I mean? I think he's really. I mean, I interviewed him recently, and he in person, and he's big now, isn't he?
Yeah. So I'm just going off Reactpour purely based off. He's my guy, man.
All right.
I can't go nowhere else.
We'll have to disagree on that one then. We'll have to disagree on that one because I think that Coley's going to be. So he doesn't hold. I just hate the holding. He doesn't need to do it. And I think if he throws hands and throws down, then I think he's going to have the power in that fight. Last one then, Adelaide versus TKV. This is boxing's version of World War III. It's gonna be a war.
And like I said, with Richard, Team Reactpour, this one, I ain't sitting on no fence. David Adelaide's my guy, but he's going down. I'm sorry.
Really?
TKV all day.
Wow. I mean, I love both guys. I've really been in both.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Go on.
Before TKV turned pro, right? I used to see him come. He used to spar Reactpour. He used to spar Isaac. I said, this guy, he's going to be a problem. There's something about him. This guy's going to be a problem. So what happened was, I made my Courtney, who does Disturbing Sports, right?
Yeah.
He phoned me, he said, Chris, I'm in boxing now. We need a heavyweight. Get me a heavyweight. And I was thinking a couple of days, what heavyweight? And then Jamie, boom, clicked in my head. I said, cool, I got a heavyweight. This guy, relentless. Yeah. He's someone that you want to take to, box and start him at the biggest platform, because I started those small wall shows. So my thing was, Jamie, listen, you can start on the big shows. Courtney's very good with good friends with Ben Shalom. He can get you out on Sky. Come over here, we'll get you on a big platform, and I'll guide you. I'll make sure you don't make the mistakes that I made. Right?
Beautiful.
So Jamie trusted me, and now look at him. He's on big stage. He's earning his biggest purse. Right? The Disturbing Sports have guided him in the right way. So yeah, I'm just happy to bring him to one of my peoples that are actually looking after him. So,
yeah, brilliant. I was at his last fight.
Yeah.
I mean, that brother, he had God first written on the back of his shorts, Jamie TKV.
Yeah.
But I can tell you now, his jab was first. You know what I mean? His jab was first every time. And I'm telling you, he was stabbing this brother to the body. Honestly, stabbing him all night long to the body. The only thing I found, it got scrappy, that fight. I don't know if you remember his last fight. It was only 2 weeks ago, whatever.
There was times where he did smother himself.
Is that how you saw it? Right.
There were times where the guy was holding. The ref didn't really warn him too much. But listen, the pressure was too much. And he only had 3 more minutes left. To, really, if the pressure wasn't that much, that 3 more minutes is nothing. he should have went back in there and finished the fight, but the pressure was too much for him. His corner done the right thing by pulling him out.
Yeah, TKV said afterwards he should have pulled him out a round before, you know, but he was getting back. He was getting battered. But yeah, it was just a bit. It's a fight that you won't, as a fan, watch again. You know, one of them ones. You know what I mean? Like I always know a good fight when I can watch it again and again. You know, when it's a classic.
Trust me, this one is gonna be a classic,
mate. It's gonna be
a big fight, and I've seen them spar plenty of times.
So you've seen them both spar each other?
Yeah, I've seen them spar each other. So I've got kind of an insight of what's gonna happen there. You know,
interesting.
So I know what David is gonna do. David's looking very good, by the way.
He is.
Adam Booth.
Yeah.
I know what David is gonna do, but I also know what Jamie's gonna do.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Jamie might switch it up. Be prepared, man. Jamie might switch up. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. And yeah, man.
Adelaide's performance against.
I'm not gonna say no more, but Adelaide has to be on his top form for this fight.
He was superb against Dakres, though, wasn't he? Solomon.
Yeah, 100%.
What
good switch up. Good switch up. Jab, switch it to a hook.
Yeah.
That's his best shot. The left hook. Very good with the left hook.
But then you look at the Wardley fight and you see the fallibility, if that's the right word. You know, like the Wardley fight. I think that'd be an itch on his back. That one. It wasn't a great performance from him. I think with Adelaide, I mean, I rate him. I rate both these guys, and yeah, mate, I just don't know. I'm sitting on the fence. I don't know who's going to win that one. I can't. To listen, if I had to bet, I'd have to. I'm going to go Adelaide. If I had to bet. But listen, I told you about my accumulators going wrong. I mean, I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know with that fight.
Money on TKV because I know I.
Really? Oh, I mean, TKV's impressed me and impressed me in the whole build-up for the last fight. Like that on the Boxer show, I mean, I was doing media on that show, and it was like he was born to be there. Do you know what I mean? It was like he was born to be on a big platform, and it just was natural to him. Oh, it's hard. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we can only wait and see, innit?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a cracking fight. Listen, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. I shall let you bounce, and hopefully I'll see you very soon at one of the shows. And I hope to come to one of your next fights, whenever that shall be. But it's been a pleasure chatting boxing with you, big man. Have you got a message for the fight fans before you go?
Listen, to the fight fans, fight date coming real soon. Yeah, it could be here. It could be in Saudi too. But just stay tuned. I'm working hard. And yeah, big up everybody.
Yeah, big up, Chris. You are the man. Chris, 2Slick Kongo, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks a lot for coming on, big man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Chris, 2Slick Kongo, top fighter. Check him out.